Okay, so how does motivation impact us? It helps us taking our attention from any of the beliefs that we have or any other thing that we have from opposing direction. So sometimes the attraction or lure of something that we can gain itself is quite strong, that we at times look at the odd don't look at the odds. It motivates us to do further, do better, even though many a times that, or it is true basically, even though it was considered that human cannot break 10-second barrier completing 100-meter distance in within 100 seconds. Many people tried, many failed, because it was widely believed that man cannot break this 10-second barrier in 100-meter distance until it was broken. And when it was broken within 60 days, it was broken 44 times. And before that, it was not broken at all, even once. And many times we do things which even our friends or family say that, oh, you have very less likelihood of gaining success, or it is a gone case, um, it is a dead thing, you're not going to get out anything out of it, or a relationship or something. But we do, and we end up getting different results as well at times, and at times we don't get different results that we are looking for, because ultimately the other thing we have to understand is that everything is not based on our actions. Again, going to the thing that we don't control everything. If you or someone getting or not getting thing is based on the actions alone, or actions now, then why would we talk about not having control or things beyond our control or destiny? But just remember that when we talk about how motivation impacts us, it helps us take our attention away from any opposing belief. At times, it does exactly the opposite as well. If we receive information, it can, when we say demotivate us, right? That's the term we use for anything negative or taking anything away from us. It provides instant burst of energy. When we feel what we can do, when we see things, when we have that stimuli, when we have that um, logic or reasoning that I can get this thing, when we have that hope, we feel that instant burst of energy, not in our physical being, but also our mental and spiritual being as well. We start feeling differently. We start seeing different things differently. So it helps provide that energy. And when we have this energy, it helps overcoming reasoning or popular belief. Again, it could be similar to what I was mentioning in first point, which is again thinking against all odds. But many a times that happens when we prove people wrong, when they don't believe in your abilities, and they might not believe in your ability because they don't know. We live in a world where we don't know ourselves. How can we know someone else? And how, if we don't know ourselves and if we don't know anybody else as much, how can we tell someone that you cannot do something? And how can we trust someone saying that? Do you think that's a fair expectation from our side, that we expect people to know us and give us all the right motivation, and demotivate us with something that we think we can do but others don't think, because they think of different things, and how much of us they know basically. Haven't we seen many a times that people have proven people wrong, right? Isn't that a kind of motivation? proving people wrong, either proving something to yourself or proving to someone else. So it actually helps overcome the reasoning or popular belief. It helps experience the unexperienced. When you do things, when you challenge yourself, when you motivate yourself to do something, you end up experiencing that you have not experienced earlier. Like if you take a leap of faith, motivate yourself to act and propose your loved one, a guy or girl, uh, you experience the joy of relationship, though you experience the pain of relationship as well. But point being that you experience something that you have not experienced otherwise. You can only experience the joy or how it is to ride a bike when you know how to ride a bike, or when you know how to surf or how to swim or how to fly a plane. So you get different experience that you have not experienced earlier, and that has impact on how we think. It also creates a really solid knowledge base. We are creature of habits. We act based on the outcomes that we have seen with us and people around us. When we read information, when we get information from different sources, we quickly process information in terms of likelihood of something, and our reasoning or our logical mind says this is more probable, this is less probable, or this is impossible, or this is possible. We start putting things into different categories, which again could be a incorrect categorization based on the kind of information we have received. How do you know something is not possible? How do you know something is less probable or more probable? At times when we don't know it is or more or less probable, we still see success rate. Like I was sharing my story, right? When I applied for in an organization and I got selected, and I was not even basically um, interested in joining that organization. They called me to a different city, and I said I am not keen on relocating to that city. I'm okay with the organization, but I don't want to relocate. They said, why don't you just come and see? Maybe you will like it. Just see the city. I went there, kind of liked it. Eventually, ended up getting this offer letter on the same day. Um, and when I joined during the induction program, that's what they told. Orientation program, first day on the job, they told um, in 40,000 people, we are 40 of them who were selected. If I knew I was competing with 40,000 people, maybe I wouldn't have motivation, right? Or maybe I would have negative emotions, negativity around me that I can't go through. I was acting like uh, I was actually arrogant, to be honest. I was acting as if I don't care about the job. And I won't say I was acting. I was actually. I was arrogant. I actually acted. I didn't care for the job whether I get the job or not. Though I tried, I gave my best. Not that even though I was not interested in relocating to some other city, I did not give my best. I had to go through the process they had. I had to um, uh, clear three rounds of elimination process they had, including two written tests as well. So I did give my best based on what I knew, but then I did not know about the probability and possibility of things. So at times ignorance is bliss. At times ignorance causes problem. Unless you are able to handle the information, ignorance is bliss. But if you're not able to handle the information, certain information is better ignored, I would say. So it actually creates quite a lot of knowledge for us and how we think for future. Then it challenges and strengthens our behavior. Motivation can challenge the way you think currently or your behavior, or it can actually make you stronger from in that perspective. So if it is a motivation in the direction that you are going towards, it will strengthen you. But if it is a motivation, or you can call demotivation, against the direction, it can challenge that. Maybe you thought you could do this thing better, but then over a period of time you realize you cannot. Certain things happened, and rather than taking motivation from the experiences, you consider them as your inability to do things. Just because you failed in a relationship doesn't mean you are a bad person or you cannot have a good relationship. If you were so bad, why did you even enjoy a relationship at all? Or why did someone have good time with you at all? But we are very quick to consider that, oh, I'm bad, I don't have this, I don't have that, I lack this or I lack that. Tell me a person who does not lack anything. Show me a person. Even the form of God we consider as God, even they lack things, because the entire universe is not considering them God. Many people are atheists or agnostic as well, and even when we call God, there are so many versions of God. And then even if they are people who believe in God, are they happy with God? They keep complaining as well. So show me a person who does not lack anything. When does lack of something has become bad thing, or deciding criteria for what one can get? Why are we considering ourselves to be perfect? And finally, it raises the vibration. And I'm considering the happy scenario here, thing that adds to your direction, adds fuel in the direction you're going. So raising the vibration is exactly the same thing. That is where you increase the likelihood of getting things. And that's what we see law of attraction at work basically. When you raise your vibration, you are in better alignment, you get things. You realize your manifestations. And motivation can impact us, or does impact us in that way.